Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time here. I am Tayia, or LB, whichever you prefer to call me. I am cool with. For today's What You Should Know Wednesday video, I'm going to be talking about protective styling. Now this video is going to be short and sweet, so I'm kind of just going to be talking out the dome, off the top of my head, of what I can think of as it pertains to protective styling. So if throughout this video you find that I left something out, or if there's something that you want to add, then go ahead and leave that down in the comment section. So first and foremost, what is protective styling? My hair, this is not a protective style. This is wild child style, okay? A protective style is essentially a style that allows you to protect your hair from either the elements of your environment, so sun, rain, cold, heat, whatever, or it allows you to, well, not say or, I would say and it allows you to decrease the amount of manipulation that you put on your hair and decrease the amount of stress that you put on your hair. So there are various types of protective styles. Two of my go-to styles include twists. So I like to do 2-strand twists, 3-strand twists, as well as flat twists. And also braids are considered a protective style. So you can do plaits or you can do cornrows. Also box braids, but those are kind of something I'll talk about in a moment. Another thing that is considered protective styling is wearing your hair in a crochet style. So you could get crochet braids or wear the nice and flowy crochet hair. And one of my favorite YouTubers that talks a lot about crochet hair and crochet styles is Leah Levon. I like watching her videos because her reviews are so informative on different crochet hair. So if you're someone who is interested in doing a crochet style, then I definitely recommend that you go check her out, and I'll leave the link to her channel down below. Also, wigs can be considered a protective style because your hair is essentially braided or twisted underneath the wig, and you don't have to manipulate your hair or put heat on your own hair when styling the wig. And one of my go-to YouTubers for wig reviews is Waldia Bynes. I really like her reviews because she's super descriptive, very informative, and really her videos are easy to follow, and she even has some beginner-friendly wig reviews on there. And neither of them asked me to shout them out in this video or mention them in this video, but I wanted to because I watch their videos regularly and I'm always learning something new. So definitely be sure to check their channels out. Now when it comes to protective styles, there are some good and there are some bad things about protective styles. So let me back up. Let me say this. Whenever you protective style your hair, you have to make sure that your hair is properly prepared for a protective style. So that includes making sure your hair is freshly washed and deep conditioned and well moisturized. Those are the 3 things that I always make sure to do before I do any type of protective style. And I also make sure that my hair is very well detangled because you don't want your hair to get matted up while you have your protective style. And you want to make sure that it's well moisturized because you don't want your hair to dry out. And moisture is definitely key, especially for the ends of your hair, since that is the driest, most fragile, most prone to break. The part that's most prone to breakage, that's what I was trying to say, sorry. It's the part that's most prone to breakage. It's dry and it's fragile. So you want to make sure that your hair is well moisturized to make sure that your ends stay intact. Now the good and the bad things about protective styling. So the good things, obviously, when you have a protective style, your hair is put up, it's out of your face, it's out of the way. In these hot summer months, you don't want your hair in your face while you're sweating, and then you got your sweat juice mixing with your hair juice, and you get bad breakout, this or that. You don't want that to happen. So having a protective style can prevent that. Also, it's an easy way to maintain your hair, especially if you're going on vacation or you're going to work or school every day. It's an easy way to just do your hair, wrap it at night, wake up and go. Another good thing about doing protective styles is it allows your hair to just do its own thing. As long as you are properly maintaining it, your hair will grow and you will be able to retain length with protective styles. For me personally, I like to do protective styles at least once a week, and then on the weekends I'll just let my hair be wild and free. That way my hair is, I'm not doing too much to it every day. The kind of bad side about protective styles, which is not really bad for protective styles as a whole, is just that there are proper things that you need to make sure of, or things that you need to make sure of when you have or when you do a protective style. Now, box braids, whenever you get box braids, you have to make sure that whoever's braiding your hair does not braid too tight, because when they get up, you know, all up in here and have every little single piece of strand of hair and your edges pulled back into that braid, honey, your edges is gonna be snatched in real life. And I don't mean, oh yeah, my edges are snatched. You know, the little saying that everybody be saying on Instagram when they see somebody post something, they looking real fly in the post. No, your edges is literally going to be snatched, and that's a problem that we don't want. Also, if your hair is braided too tight, you can develop traction alopecia, and I will have probably a blur over here about traction alopecia, or something down in the description box that describes what traction alopecia is. It's really something that you don't want to develop, and that can actually happen with box braids or with wigs or even with sew-ins. There are some people who consider sew-ins as protective styles, and I do know people personally who have used sew-ins properly and have been successful in growing their hair. You just really have to be careful with how tight your hair is braided. Another thing that some people find as like a con to protective styling is that they get tired of styles easily. So if you don't plan on having your style in, for example, if you get box braids or a sew-in for 2 or 3 weeks and you're someone who gets tired of styles easily, then those type of styles may not be right for you. Maybe just twisting your own hair, maybe even wearing wigs may be the better route for you to go. The other thing about protective styling that can be seen kind of as a con is, actually I couldn't think of another one. Yeah, I really couldn't think of another one. I was sitting here and I stopped like that because I was trying to think of another con, but I personally couldn't think of another one because I love protective styles. But anyway, yes, if you feel like I missed something, or if there's something that you want to add about protective styles, then make sure that you add that. You know, let me know. Let us know down in the comment section what you would contribute to this conversation about protective styling, and also let me know what your favorite go-to protective style is. With that being said, like I said, I wanted to keep this video short and sweet, so I do hope that you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and do not forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell button that will pop up after you do that, so that you can be notified whenever I post new content. And with that being said, I will see y'all in my next one, and don't forget, stay dazzling. Gotta go do something to this. Looking like Buckwheat's big sister or something.